But generally, you tell them to embrace it?
I'm telling countries, accept reality.
I cannot believe what the managing director of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, an entity that controls the money around the world, they have over $1 trillion at their disposal, more than this, is capitulating, is saying, urging countries to embrace Bitcoin and crypto or get left behind. Let's talk about what this means for you as a Bitcoin and crypto investor and what's about to happen next.
But generally, you tell them to embrace it?
I'm telling countries, accept reality. Fiat money is moving digital. The developments in crypto, both unbacked and backed, they're happening with exponential speed. So yeah, you can try to lock your country away from this. Good luck with it. So yes, I'm telling my members, understand it and then decide for yourself how you're going to operate in this world. But do not close your eyes to reality.
So this is Signal. The managing director of the IMF just put the world on notice. She's speaking to countries. She's speaking to decision makers, governments, presidents, that you can accept this a little, you can accept this a lot. What you do with crypto is on you, but you must accept reality. Do not ignore this. This is the natural evolution of money, of technology. And this tells us that even though Bitcoin continues to consolidate today, where we're going, given enough time, is in one direction.
I actually feel like I've seen this movie a couple times before.
Pantera Capital founder Dan Morehead echoes similar statements that he's been in traditional finance for decades. He's seen this movie before. When commodities got accepted for the first time, that was an evolution. When emerging markets were finally able to be invested in, now everybody has the option to have exposure to emerging markets. Crypto is that next evolution.
I actually feel like I've seen this movie a couple times before. I was at Goldman when they did the GSCI, and now everybody thinks of commodities as an asset class. I was doing emerging markets in the 90s, and now EM's an asset class. It seems self-evident to me that blockchain will be an asset class. And if you give me all the way out to 10 years, I think every institution will have a blockchain team and something like 8 or 10% of their assets in blockchain. And as I said, now the majority literally have 0.0, and even the most, thoughtful endowments out there have maybe 2% in blockchain. So it's still very, very early.
And that brings us to the question, then why isn't Bitcoin higher? Bitcoin is now down about 3.12% this month, making this the first red October since 2018. And in 2018, if you were around back then, Altcoin Daily we were making videos back then. That was the beginning of a clear bear market. There's today something similar to that. And we see right here, this is where Bitcoin price action is today. Last red month we have was in 2018. And yes, half the month is still upon us. I get that. And typically, Octobers are great for Bitcoin. But if we just look at the data, that's what Altcoin Daily does. We aggregate. We bring you perspective and data. This is the third time that Bitcoin has been negative halfway through October in the last 6 years. Meaning even though the last 6 years Bitcoin is finished in the green, it's typical that halfway through the month, we are in the red. All 6 times that we started in the red halfway through, it ended up being green by October 31st, which is just another example that this is not an end-of-the-year thing. This is a decade-long thing. I'm talking about crypto. And the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is most likely dead. The 4-year cycle being every 4th year or a couple years after the halving, about 12 to 18 months, we had a blow off top. Not really a blow off top, although Bitcoin has done steadily very well. The Bitcoin 4-year cycle is most likely over. The Fed has now started to do monetary easing, which means Bitcoin could peak in 2026. Always remember that it was never about a 4-year cycle, but about liquidity. And this is so important. This is what I want to show you. We see the price action typically peaked every 4 years, but it's not about time. It's about liquidity. we see that liquidity has been well over 50, so in the green as opposed to in the red, well over 50 for the last 2-ish years, definitely the last year, meaning that explains why Bitcoin is doing well. Nobody's saying it's not. But we haven't seen the quote-unquote blow off top like we've seen before. I will keep tabs on this. Let's keep checking on liquidity as these metrics fire off for the next 3 months. Because as the Pantera Capital founder Dan Morehead continues to say, I think crypto is the only inevitable trade I've ever seen that this is world-changing.
So the reason I love this trade and the reason I have so much conviction is I think it's the only inevitable trade I've ever seen. That blockchain will change the world. And it is, they might go through cycles, it might go down 85%, and it's done that 3 times, but it is just inevitable. It's going to happen. And that's totally different than every other trade I've done. I was joking with my friend Mike Novogratz that we've been trading 40 years, and dollar yen hasn't moved more than 20 points from 120 the whole time. It's never gone anywhere, right? And so those trades are 51.49 or whatever. Like, if you're in a trade like that that's going against you, I don't know if you can hold on to it because, like, it's who knows where it's going. Blockchain will be, I think, like 10x higher in 5 years than it is today. And so when it goes down to 85%, yeah, it's not fun. It's not, you don't feel smart. It's not fun, but it really will. I think it's inevitable that it will do well. And so that's what we try and encourage our investors to hold as long as they can.
And breaking news, very proud to announce that Killer Whale Season 2 is now streaming on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. This show could win an Emmy. I'm biased, obviously, because I am a producer. I am one of the judges / whales, my brother and I, on the show. I love it. I think Season 2 is so much better than Season 1 just because we listened to the audience. And now anybody in crypto, not in crypto, can stream on Amazon Prime and Apple TV today. So if you have those 2 streaming services, check it out. Watch an episode, but make sure it's Season 2 because that's my favorite season thus far. In terms of production value, you do got to give it up to the Hello Labs team. They're the one that makes it such Hollywood quality. And let me just share with you a teaser. Got to see this.
I think this is cool, but I think you might have a huge problem here. The privacy aspect. If I have some NFT that says I booked a room and that's in my wallet, what's to stop some crazy from showing up and asking for my autograph?
Yeah, there's no personal information in the NFT. So correct, the booking becomes NFT, which also you own the reservation, which is not the case now. Which means if you want to give it to your brother or want to give it to Ila, it's up to you. Or you want to sell it to him.
If I was to
Could this win an Emmy and just usher in an even greater, bigger bull run? Like I said, I'm biased, but check it out. We also see World Mobile continuing to hit growth milestones, all-time high for unique users in 24 hours. So these are fundamental metrics that help illustrate the strength of the network. I thought this was really interesting from the founder, Mr. Telecom. We've had him on our show on why World Mobile is a better option, why people are choosing it.
And I'll answer honestly, Simon, do you find the service more premium than other services you'd used previously?
I do, and the reason is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're able to tap into any of the existing networks when you're in a location rather than be married to a single mobile network.
100%. And this is the problem with many mobile network operators today. They don't like to jump onto each other's networks. So we've managed to build a network where we have over 150 different interconnects with different mobile operators from around the world. And that ensures that you get the best quality service and the best coverage. You don't feel the security, but behind the scenes, you're also incredibly secure.
For a deeper dive with long-term partner World Mobile, make sure you check out my video. I found the smallest crypto coin with the biggest potential. Highly recommend. And special opportunity just for the Altcoin Daily audience. If you watch to the end, a $10,000 bonus on Exchange Partner WeX or a $100,000 bonus on Exchange Partner BitUnex. Limited time. Link down below for details. Take advantage. Like always, see you tomorrow.